Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to the Toast and Happy Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Getting down on Friday. Hey, Jax, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Claude. I know you're looking forward to the weekend, even though your weekend is kind of already kicked off.
Yeah, it's off without a hitch.
You're in the midst of your weekend?
I'm midsty.
How's your weekend going?
It's going great.
Would you like someone to butter your weekend?
Good one. Good one. Would you like us to assign someone to butter your muffin? Weekend is going off great. I'm in the Hamptons, podcasting live from the Hamptons. I hit up a spritz event yesterday at Surf Lodge, which was just an absolute blast. Great way to kick off the weekend. It's raining, which is so disgusting and really kind of offensive to my people. But other than that, I'm having a great weekend. I know it feels like we're podcasting on a Saturday because yesterday felt like a Friday, but it's Friday today.
Yes, it's Friday today, officially Friday. Happy for everyone. The weather is gloomy, which I kind of am feeling like I was sleeping and rain was driving, thunder, lightning. And I was like, this is just truly gorgeous for me, but not for someone who trekked out to the Hamptons for the weekend.
And who was hoping to perhaps catch a tan.
Right. Not great news. So I'm sorry. Your loss is my gain. And I do have the Stry brethren here. The rain held off for their walk this morning, so they were they were feeling #grateful. And now they're just pooped.
Okay, well, while the rain is obviously not what I wanted to hear this morning, I heard something else this morning that is exactly what I wanted to hear.
Ooh, and what is that?
Somebody made an amazing point.
Who?
I believe it was someone in our Facebook group. Because, yesterday you and I were really kind of struggling, trying to figure out a way to make the writer's strike about us.
Right.
And I do believe I have successfully found a way to make it about us. Ready?
Okay.
So there's a litany of things that people in SAG are not allowed to do while the strike is ongoing. Of course, working on any projects, touring, promoting projects. Mm-hmm. So that means that nobody can go on smart lists while the writer's strike is going on. And that means no, big stars going on the podcast and, automatically shooting that podcast episode up to number 1 on the charts. We're kind of consistently number 2 these days. And I think our hopes of perhaps eclipsing, I don't know, all the smart list guys are in SAG. Like, do you think they'll stop the podcast as a part of the strike? I don't know.
That was my next question. Okay, so this is a lot to process. Obviously,
yeah, I understand.
It's a little bit exciting. But yeah. I also think, they're so far ahead in how many episodes they bank that, we won't feel the effects for a while.
That's true, but is them releasing episodes with other people promoting things a violation of the strike?
I don't think so, because then Barbie can't come out next week. Right?
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, again, not to make everything about us, but this writer's strike is impacting me in other ways as well. I think I said this maybe on the Patreon or on the regular Toast episodes this week. I can't remember. But I had the privilege of being invited to the Oppenheimer premiere because Josh Peck, one of our good guys, podcast host, is in Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. And I got the call yesterday, the premiere was off.
Oh, no.
In tandem with the strike. So, I finally get invited to something cool and I can't even go.
That's messed up.
I know.
We do have more strike news today, so we will get into it. I am going to start to think about, how this smart list stuff could affect us, and if they should even be putting out episodes, while their comrades are on strike. I just feel like it's kind of
bad taste.
Tone deaf. Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving out of touch. But I'm pretty sure podcasting is not a part of SAG, even though the 3 of them are SAG members. You know what I mean?
Right. And also it's unscripted, so that's not part of the writers. But as we've noticed, a lot of people are foregoing things that have nothing to do with SAG just to stand with SAG, like how the MTV Awards were canceled.
And Lala Kent said she wouldn't go, even though she's not in, I don't believe she actually might be in SAG, but not from Vanderpump Rules.
No, people were not going to those award shows to stand with the writers.
Right.
So maybe you shouldn't put out your podcast to stand with the writers.
Yeah, I actually think it would be a very bad look if the Smartless guys continue to put out episodes while the strike is ongoing. I think it would be in very poor taste.
I agree. They're the only ones in comedy, though, who I feel that way about because they're like such beacons in the film and TV industry.
But they actually are. Like, we're not even joking. Like,
Yeah,
they
no,
are.
everyone else is just like a slob like us, you know, like
right.
trying to
and
make
we
a joke.
slobs. We slobs have no, backbone. We have no principles. We're not married to anyone. We're not unioned. We don't need to stand for anything, and we don't.
And we don't. And we
But
won't.
those Smartless guys,
won't.
and we won't. And the Smartless guys, they're so principled. Well, you know what? Now is the time to see if you really are. So if they continue to put out episodes, I just think that'll be disgusting.
Yeah, and I think they might have to be canceled.
Hashtag Smartless is over party. Smartless is over party. I think it's really kind of the only choice we have to support the writers. We have to cancel Smartless.
It's so clear what our choices
What needs to be
are.
done. 100%.
So, do with that what you will.
Do with that what you will. And think, the next time you want to go listen to a fabulous episode of Smartless, say, is this what the writers would want?
No.
Are my choices affecting the writers?
It's true. But you can rest easy knowing, like, Claudia and I have nothing to do with the industry, with SAG, with anything in any real official capacity. Like, if it's legit, they don't know us.
Yeah, like, if you need just kind of to be, like, a little bit more clear, we are just...
We are seriously irrelevant uglies.
We are nomads. We are tied to nothing and nobody. Like, we are untethered. We are rootless. Like, we stand for nothing. So it is okay. This episode is safe. Like, you can listen.
It's so true.
Like, I can't stress that enough,
Yeah.
And I have a feeling, Jackie, like, dead serious, like, we might hit number one. Like, I'm being for real. If there ever, we always say, like, if Smartless goes on vacation. No. If there ever was a time, it would be now.
You think it's today? No, I'm telling you, it will be, like, in a few weeks.
No, sorry. I'm not saying today. I'm saying, like, during this strike. Like, this is our moment.
Oh, my God. I'm looking at the charts right now, and the Smartless episode that is number 4, not number 1, because Tom Holland was on. But number 4, and it's very clear why it's not number 1, is the Live from Boston MIT professor.
Oh. The way I'm, like, obsessed with Smartless, and I have literally never listened to an episode.
Yeah. No, but you watch their show, so
yeah,
you know stuff.
So I know something.
And because they put some of the live episodes in their docuseries, so
right.
You're familiar now.
I'm familiar. Well, all's that to say, make sure to listen to The Toast. And if you're listening on Spotify, that's so great. We thank you so much for the support. But, like, maybe head over to Apple, leave a review.
Yeah, maybe just, like, for this one episode, stop what you're doing, switch over to Apple, and we just can, like, conglomerate.
Yeah.
We can combine our forces.
Yeah.
Kind of like the writers.
There's power in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, I'm glad I got that off my chest.
Me as well. I look forward to seeing if this bears any fruit, and if your theory is correct.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, like, what the Smartless guys, they're probably panicking. Like, oh my God, the toast is coming for our neck. What do we do? We can't let them be number 1. That's probably, like, they're having a meeting on Zoom right now, for sure.
Hey, boys.
Hey, boys. Collab soon?
Collab. That's a lot of people on one podcast.
I think we'd have to go separately.
I wouldn't want to do it without you.
So true. I don't want to do anything without you.
It's so true, yet you're in the Hamptons gallivanting without me.
How's my boy? Jackie's watching Theo for the weekend. I must have called 4 times last night. Like, I'm obsessed. How is he?
He's so great. You called me when I was already, like, in the bedroom.
I figured you had, like, turned in for the night.
I turned in. It's lights out.
Yeah.
But he is doing great. Him and Harry are having such a blast. Bruno is having his internal struggle, but he does get his moments, like, of
joy,
being Mommy's sweet angel, and that buoys him to get to the next day. But overall, it's been really lovely.
I'm so glad. And, you and I did chat last night, but I think everyone should know, like, I was in the Uber with Brian, and he was asking me so many questions about the camper and the counselor, like dad energy. He just had questions. Mm-hmm. And I was, like, trying to recite what I know of the book from memory. But to be honest, I need to memorize the whole thing because, like, I couldn't hack it. And so I just decided what if I just call Jackie up and get a live reading from the author herself. And we all were in the car. We like put the phone up and Jackie read the book for us. You guys, like literally everyone was crying in the back of this Uber. And it felt like it was a great moment for mothers, for fathers, for campers, for counselors. And I think everybody should head over to thecamperandthecounselor.com to get a copy. Or head over to Talk Shop Live to get a signed copy. Are they still available?
They are still available. All of the links to all of the different retailers are in my bio, or you could go to camperandcounselor.com. You could get it straight up on Amazon, you know, if that's
straight up.
If that's how you like to do it. You could go to IndieBound, Trulia, if you want to support small bookshops. Like, there's a million ways to skin this cat and get this book. So thank you to everyone who's already pre-ordered. And if you've been on the fence, like, pull the trigger.
Just do it. Like Nike.
What if you just pre-ordered the book?
The winding camp roads give me goosebumps and chills.
Gorgeous.
That was me driving to the Hamptons yesterday. I'm like, Ben, are these winding camp roads giving you goosebumps and chills? Oh, another major life update. Have you ever had Blaze Pizza?
Yes, I have, because I did like an ad for them literally 6 years ago.
Okay, like I obviously know what it is. It's like a newer fast food place. It's not an obvious one. You know, it's not like McDonald's or Burger King. But me and Ben were driving to the Hamptons, and oh my God, I was so fucking hungry. I thought I was gonna faint, and like I just needed to. You know, when you need to eat the first thing that you see in your line of vision.
Yeah,
that was me. And I saw a Blaze Pizza, and I was like, what if I just got Blaze Pizza? I'd never had it before. Well, all I know about it is that they serve pizza, and I think it's partially owned by LeBron James. So I was like, okay, a convergence of my two things, pizza and celebrities. And my expectations were low. I'm not gonna lie. When I tell you it was so fucking delicious, like. It's basically like Chipotle for pizza. Like, you could just make your own pizza, and it's like really thin crust. It was so good. Like, me and Ben were obsessed. And they had fountain soda. Oh, and I walked in, and guess what song was playing? I knew I was going to have a positive experience when I heard this song.
I think you put on your story.
I said it was country, so there's the genre.
Luke Combs?
No, it's like kind of a deep cut. It's not an obvious country. But for us, we love her and it.
Who?
It's a song we're always singing.
I don't know.
Diane.
Oh, wow.
I promise I didn't know he was your man. By Cam. Like, so random. I was like, oh, this place is lit. And then me and the guy who were making the pizza, like, we kind of had this like, unique connection. He thought I was hilarious, and therefore, you know, I adored him because the number one way to my heart is just to tell me I'm funny. And oh my God, he was cackling. And I didn't even say anything that funny. I was just like, oh man, I can't find my husband. Ben was like walking around the block looking for something else. I'm like, we're just going to eat Blaze Pizza.
And then you never found your husband again. Now you have a new husband.
Now I slept with the Blaze Pizza guy. He's here with me this weekend.
Is he going to be our sports correspondent on the podcast today?
No, he's not really into sports.
Oh, what's he into?
Pizza.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I just wanted to say, like, I kind of pride myself on being, you know, really well versed in the fast food universe, and I had like never had it, and now that I have, like, I will be having it again. It was excellent.
Okay, great. Are you going to go to that one on your way home so you can see your man?
It was honestly yes. It was honestly gorgeous. It was so clean. I used the bathroom too, and it was like so divinely clean. Except I will say I got a chocolate chip cookie, and it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever had in my life. Like, I actually couldn't even finish it, which is so not like me, because even a bad chocolate chip cookie is like still a cookie.
Yeah, it's still like chocolate flour sugar.
Cookie flour sugar. So it was disgusting, and they need to work on that. But they sold beer and wine, and I'm like, how do we need to get Spritz and Blaze.
We do. Also, like, maybe you should have done the partnership with Blaze 6 years ago.
No, literally, I'm obsessed.
Or today.
And not you, Jackie, not you just kind of like sitting on this secret of Blaze. Like, you knew and you didn't tell me.
Yeah, no. And I remember there's not a Blaze in the city, so I had to go outside. I think I went towards New Jersey for it.
I went to Queens.
Blaze takes you to amazing places.
No, they really do. And like, there were all these like teenagers. It's clearly like a local spot where like everybody just like chills, and like it's like a nice after school hangout, because it was like Thursday, maybe 3:00. Like, they had just gotten out of school. They're like eating pizza, like playing on their phones. Like, it just honestly was kind of idyllic.
Wow, beautiful day.
It really was. It took us forever to get to the Hamptons yesterday. Literally, if you do the drive to the Hamptons, it's one highway. Literally, it's the Long Island Expressway the entire way. It's the most boring drive, because you just don't do anything. And when we get in the car, Ben's like, I have Google Maps. Ben doesn't use Apple, so I have Google Maps. He's like, let's use Waze. I'm like, why Google Maps? Like, I'm like, what's the big deal? He's like, I like to see. Waze tells you when there are cops. I'm like, oh, okay. So
because he's Waze. An insane fucking driver. Yeah, I'm gonna call the cops on him.
He's dodging the popo, you know.
I'm going to say, get your guys' new license plate number.
Yeah.
and I'm going to call whenever I'll track you.
Yeah.
Because I have your GPS, and then I'll call the local sheriff and say, there's a madman on the LIE.
So we used Waze, and when I tell you we were not on the Long Island Expressway for 1 minute, I didn't even know there was a way to get to the Hamptons that doesn't just take the LIE all the way to Manorville. Like, the time kept going up. Like, literally, we were supposed to get there, I think 3:55. We got here at 5 o'clock. It was the longest drive ever. By the time we got out of the car, like, we were so fucking done with each other. We were, like, literally hating each other's guts. And I think that's kind of why the Blaze Pizza guy was so, easily able to come between us, because we were vulnerable.
You were vulnerable. And so you're saying Waze took you on a bad path.
Yeah, it wasn't the Waze to go.
And that's what Waze does now. Like, people are still, like, living in this fantasy that Waze, like,
Yeah.
you'll circumvent the traffic and you'll find
Yeah.
new streets that nobody knows about. Like, Waze is ruined, you guys. Don't bother.
No, like, you will circumvent the traffic and you will find new roads, but, like, at what cost?
No, and everyone else who's using Waze is on those roads.
Yes, it's so true. There was, like, all these other forlorn cars clearly going to the Hamptons on these, like, random ass back roads. We were all just looking at each other. What have we done?
Right, so those of us who are a step ahead are going back to the major highways where everyone has left because they're following Waze.
Yeah. So that was, like, a little bit about my day thus far.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you for opening up.
It's been a pleasure.
And how was your party?
Oh, the Spritz party was fabulous. You know, I hadn't been to Surf Lodge on a Thursday night ever. If you go on Surf Lodge, is like, you know, for those who don't know, like one of the most popular places to go out in Montauk, and it's a madhouse on the weekends. Like, it's so fun, but it's so packed. And I guess, like, on the weekdays, they do different types of events that are much more chill. And oh my God, it was heavenly. Like, because if you've been to Surf Lodge, it's so beautiful. It's on the water and it's a sunset, but it's hard to focus on the beauty of it all on the weekends because it's just so packed, so much energy, so many people. It was so civilized. There was, like, a live band. We had drinks. We had dinner. It was amazing. I so underrated to go on a Thursday night. It was so beautiful. We had a great time. And then we just came back and swam. I went to bed early, watched a little Young Sheldon. It was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Well, we'll set you sail on your weekend. First, we have to deliver the Fast 5 stories, plus a little TV recap. I watched Kardashians. I don't think you did.
I did not.
But the fifth and final story is coupled with the TV recap. So without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know is brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Jackie and I love to invest, whether it's in purses, clothing, shoes. We are always making sure to shop smart with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay authenticators are there, verifying every detail of your purchase. eBay Authenticity Guarantee protects buyers from fakes and gives them the assurance that they're getting the real deal. Because what is worse than spending time and money scouring the internet for your next purchase, only to later find out that you've been scammed? With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you will never get faked over again. The service currently covers eligible items across sneakers, watches, handbags, jewelry, and streetwear. Jackie and I feel more confident in ordering online knowing that an expert at eBay is authenticating our items. Any purchase backed by Authenticity Guarantee is sent to the authentication team who personally inspects. They inspect the item, they check it against the listing, and authenticate it. In a world full of fakes, it's time to get real with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. So ensure your next purchase is the real deal with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. That's ebay.com for terms. Make sure to check that out because it's investing season. We all want to look our best. Summer sales, summer things. You know, we've all got weddings to attend and we want to invest in good things. We want to make sure that they're, you know, the real deal. So ebay.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Impossible Foods. It is hot grill summer, you know? We gotta cook meat. We're all outside this summer, not today because it's raining. But Impossible Foods wants you and your grill to join them in making meat history. So as you may or may not know, Impossible Beef is yum, 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 delicioso. It tastes like beef, and historically speaking, you know, beef is delicious. But it's made from plants. And Impossible has 0 animal hormones and 19 grams of protein per serving. Plus, it's better for the planet. And where would the planet be without meat made from plants? So if you're looking for options on what to grill this summer, grab Impossible. We eat a lot of Impossible, Jackie specifically, because she likes, you know, plant-based meat, and we keep kosher. I just had an Impossible beef burrito on a Delta flight that was so unbelievably delicious, which was a real treat for me because I can never eat meat on planes because it's not kosher. So Impossible is just kind of out here changing the game for everyone and everything. Their beef patties are so good. It's so good for the planet. It's good for you. It has 19 grams of protein. It's just a fabulous alternative. So this summer, when you're thinking about grilling, think about your vegetarian friends. Think about your friends who are trying to, minimize their meat consumption. Think about your kosher friends and head over to the Impossible Foods section at your local grocer and, think of others, okay? So let's make meat history today. Head over to the meat aisle at your local store, grab some Impossible beef or patties, and get grilling because it's hot grill summer and some of us are hungry. So thank you, Impossible Foods, for sponsoring today's episode.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our first story, I will say these stories are in no particular order.
Okay.
Joe Jonas reveals an embarrassing moment in his life when he pooped himself on stage. Yep, so while appearing on Kiss FM's Will and Woody radio show in Australia on Thursday, the singer was asked to tell a story he's never told before. In reply, he spilled the beans about the time he pooped his pants on stage. He said, "I was with a few friends yesterday when we were just talking about how there's a point in your life where, as an adult, you can remember the last time you shat your pants." He said that the incident happened 4 years ago and that he was saved by a rapid costume change. He said, "It's fresh, but I've been able to work through it. A lot of therapy." He said, "Let's just say it was a bad day to choose to wear white clothing. You think it might be a little toot. It might have been a little something else, a little something extra."
Okay, ew.
So it was like mid-wardrobe shit change during the set. If you go in the archives, there's a wardrobe change halfway through the show, and it was maybe a little bit like, oh, that was an interesting choice to change clothes that quickly. That's a story I've never told before. He said it was a light one. It wasn't a full, so I was able to tell the tale.
Okay. Cool.
Let me know if you want more details on the color or the smell.
My God. No, he literally is being so detailed. It's borderline offensive. I do often wonder about people who perform so much. Like, I've never seen, like a star sneeze. Like, how does Taylor Swift, not have to sneeze for the whole 3 hours? You know what I mean? I mean, your body does, kind of get with the program when you have, a lot riding on things. Like, your body just, figures it out. But I think when you perform so much, you're obviously bound to something to go wrong. And I do often think about that. So I'm glad he told the story because I did wonder, but he did, go into such grave detail. As somebody who, at one point was really attracted to Joe Jonas, I'm definitely second-guessing myself.
Yeah, I think it's really generous of you to compare, shitting your pants to a sneeze, which, a sneeze is so involuntary.
No, for sure, but I'm, I'm really talking about, just bodily functions that we experience every day that you really can't experience on stage.
Yes, I agree with that. Even having to pee, which they schedule time for pee breaks, and I'm sure, you plan your drinking beforehand. It just sounds like he was getting a little brazen with his farts on stage.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's crazy.
He probably farts a lot on stage, and he just, kind of got confused.
I mean, it's kind of the perfect place to fart. It's so loud, nobody's going to hear you. Everybody in the room is, jumping, sweating, screaming, crying, throwing up. There's just smells everywhere. No one's going to assume that the smell is, something you created.
Right.
So I get that. I do. That's why, I think we'd all be lying if we said, none of us have ever, farted at a club. It's really the perfect place to fart. Having said that, it was a lot of detail.
Yeah, it was. But it's a slow news day, so this is big news. No,
he couldn't have chosen a worse time to tell this story because it's getting way more pickup than it normally would. I've seen it everywhere because there's really nothing going on. Everyone's on strike, so no one's doing anything.
And it's he told it in Australia. I think he thought,
and it made its way all the way.
I'll just leave it in this corner of the world. My American fans will never know.
They'll never find out.
But no.
That's so funny and so true. And I'm the timing truly couldn't have been worse.
Yeah. Now it's literally the biggest story
of the day. I saw it 3 times this morning before we even started recording.
It's the number one Fast Five.
It literally is the number one Fast Five. I'm so sorry, Joe. But your timing really could have been better. Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah.
Jake Owen is addressing the rumors that claim Taylor Swift.
Jake Owen,
the country singer.
The country star?
Yeah.
Wow, deep cut. He's so random.
But the rumor is that Sparks Fly is about him.
What?
And he's addressing the rumor. So he said that he's not the man behind Taylor Swift's song Sparks Fly. Following the release of Speak Now, Taylor's version, the singer admitted he's aware that Swifties have theories about him being the inspiration for the 2010 song. He said, it's a great song and the speculation has always been funny to me. I'm sure Taylor probably laughs at it too, but I'm happy to even have my name in the discussion around it.
She's so sweet.
She's an amazing girl and an amazing artist. It's been incredible to see how she's grown as a musician and what a global phenomenon she's become. So according to the Swifties, they speculate that it's about him because she wrote Portland, Oregon in the song's liner notes, allegedly hinting at their performance in the city together. Like, I think she was opening for him 17 years ago. They performed in Portland, and, like, there's something about the song that's Portland.
Right, Portland, Oregon.
I know, I knew it. Like, I didn't have enough time to think it through.
Oregon.
How do you say it?
Portland, Oregon.
But, like, I know probably Oregon is how Oregonians say it, but the way that I speak is like through accentuated vowels. I have to be true to myself, Oregon.
Okay. I
also,
guess I would say
the
like the Oregon
Trail.
Trail. Yeah.
Probably
like the best fun fact I currently have in my arsenal is that the Oregon Trail was created by Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And that was like a part of the education company that he first sold that made him like a billionaire and why he's really eligible for being a shark.
Yeah, as he should be.
As he should be.
He's also
Bring
just
back
the
Oregon
best
Trail.
shark. It's taken me years to like realize
Really?
it. When I used to watch the show in earnest, before, I was just a young girl watching.
Before you became jaded.
Yeah, when I was just young, I thought he was like really unnecessarily mean.
I agree.
And now I'm like, these people need to hear this. He's saving people time and money
So true.
by not sugarcoating their bad ideas.
No, you are 100% right. I think it's kind of that thing where like you watch TV for many years of your life, Sex in the City, and your POV on the characters as a young person versus, once you're matured, it changes completely.
Yeah, like I would definitely be the Simon now. Maybe growing up, I fancied myself a little Paula.
A Randy. You were definitely a Randy.
But now I'm
up.
like, people need to hear hard truths, and nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to be the one.
But you're going to be the one.
I would be the one now.
No, I agree with you completely. I used to be like, oh my God, he's so mean. But like sometimes these people like are so dumb and they need to be told that.
And like some of the other sharks just say like nonsense in order to get out of the deal because they like obviously don't want to be a part of the deal. So they're like, blah, 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 I'm out.
Yeah.
But like Wonderful at least takes the time to let them know why like he doesn't want to be in the deal and like why your idea is shit.
Totally.
Knowledge is power. Right.
Wait, can we go back to Jake Owen?
Yeah.
I had literally no idea his name was even a part of the Swift universe. He's such a random, like, old school country artist. Having said that, that's such a nice thing to say about Taylor, like, that he's just happy to be a part of the conversation. And he's a cutie. So, like, I could totally see Taylor having, like, opened for him and had a crush on him. He's, like, extremely good looking. Mm-hmm. And Sparks Fly is such a nice song. Like, it's completely complimentary.
I want to look up the lyrics.
Like, it's just a very flattering song if it's potentially written about you.
Yeah. Who else? Do you have any names in the mix for who it was about?
I never thought who is Sparks Fly about. Like, I think of the whole Speak Now era as, about different people.
Does he have green eyes?
Hit me with those green eyes, baby, as the lights go down. Give me something that'll haunt me when you're not around.
Claudia, he has green eyes.
Does John Mayer?
John Mayer.
And I don't think Sparks Fly is about John Mayer.
John Mayer has brown eyes.
Okay.
He's a brown-eyed girl.
My brown-eyed girl. So it's possible.
And get me with those green eyes, baby, as the lights go down because they were like doing a show
on
together.
Tour. Yeah.
And the lights went down because then the lights go up.
Give me something that'll haunt me when you're not around. Oh, that might be a reference to Haunted.
Who's Haunted
which is also on Speak Now. So if we could figure out who's Haunted is about too, we could perhaps connect the two. Mm-hmm. You and I walk a fragile line because they work together. I have known it all this time, but I never thought I'd live to see it break. Okay, I don't know what that's about. I'm getting quiet and it's all too time, and I can't trust anything now. And it's coming over you like it's all a big mistake.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just want to say this song's about Jake Owen.
Okay, continue.
She said, like, my mind forgets to remind me you're a bad idea. I imagine, like, one, he was 10 years older than her and probably married.
They worked
just
together.
because. You're a bad idea. You touch me once and it's really something. You find I'm even better than you imagined I would be. He literally just said that in the interview. Like, she's an amazing artist. I think he was probably, like, so taken
by her beauty, her talent, her youth.
She was even better than he imagined she would be.
She's on her guard for the rest of the world, but with him, she knows it's no good.
She could wait patiently, but she really wishes he would drop everything now. Meet her in the pouring rain. It's very rainy in the Pacific Northwest.
It's so true.
Kiss her on the sidewalk, take away the pain, because she sees sparks fly whenever he smiles.
And maybe his show had pyrotechnics.
Maybe.
Sparks were flying.
But he also, like, has a gorgeous smile. I think he has veneers.
He's extremely handsome.
Like, how do you go on tour with this man and not write a song about him, honestly?
And, like, not fall in love with him when you're the opener, so he's, like, much more famous than you. I'm sure he was a real mentor to her, and he's so handsome, and she's so young and impressionable. I never would have guessed it's about him, but, like, it totally could be.
It's totally about him, but I also think he has no idea it's about him.
Right, because it's really a song about a crush. It's not about two people who ever fell in love. It's, like, about someone
it's like a
watching.
Daydream. It's a fantasy.
It's like Enchanted, kind of.
Yeah, so he has no idea it's about him. He thinks that she and him are laughing about this together. Meanwhile, she's laughing at him that he has no clue.
Totally. We're not laughing with you, Jake. We're laughing at you.
But I'm glad that he said this, because now we know it is about him.
No, now we know he's a part of the Speak Now universe. I did not know that.
Yeah, and that he's a good one.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, and he's so handsome.
Yeah, and he's, like, random, too. It's not obvious. Like John Mayer's so obvious, you know?
Yeah, like, that's everyone's crush. But, like, more girls should be crushing on Jake Owen.
Agreed.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah.
It's actually a great story because we get to talk about Shark Tank some more. Because Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran is showing off her $1 million mobile home.
I saw it on TikTok.
She said it's her Taj Mahal. So Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran shocked fans when she took viewers inside her mobile home. In a TikTok video posted by Caleb Simpson, the creator known to document a host of celebrity homes, she's seen giving a tour of her humble West Coast pad in affluent Pacific Palisades. She calls it a double wide. She said, "Here's my Taj Mahal," she added, explaining that she paid $800K for the home and invested $150K more for renovations. Her kitchen is equipped with the leftover tiles she had at her New York City penthouse, which overlooks Central Park. She said that she prefers her mobile home, which boasts ocean views, to her luxury Manhattan pad. She said, "As beautiful as my New York City penthouse is over the park with all this space, it does not have an ocean, and there's no arguing with the ocean. There's an allure to looking at the ocean that you can't beat, in my opinion."
So, Barbara's a queen. Having said that, this could never be me.
Yeah, this is like one of your least favorite celebrity trends.
Yeah, like glorifying, being middle class, Like, I want a house by the ocean and I'm Barbara Corcoran. Let me go buy the biggest one in Malibu. Like, I love her for not being wasteful. Like, I get it. But, like, why don't you leave, like, the small houses for people who need them,
Yeah, but it's not very small. It has 3 bedrooms and 2
I watched
bathrooms.
the video. I watched a video. It must be, like, 1,500 square feet.
Yeah, but it can go on the road?
No, I don't think it's like a mobile home like that.
Well, it says mobile.
It's not a mobile home. You know how like kind of in like a trailer park, like not all the houses are trailers. They're like, yes, you could pick them up and move them, but like they're planted in the ground. You know what I mean?
Got it. Yes. I mean, it has to be. It's so big.
Yeah, it's very pretty and very well done. Like the inside looks like, Chip and Jo were there.
Yeah, she said it's a part-time home for her. She uses it a number of weeks a year and would be thrilled if she wanted 12 weeks a year, honestly. So she doesn't, like, actually live there. She said,
No.
"I like to see people use where I live and make it warmer, and, they just leave a little puddle of happiness I feel behind when they move out at the end of the week."
Oh, yeah. And so basically what she had said, I watched the video, is that she saw this house, like went up, knocked on the door and was like, "I want to buy this house." And the lady was like, "Get the fuck out of here, bitch. It's not for sale." And Barbara was like, "Listen, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to give you a great price and you can stay here whenever you want." So I think the woman who sold it to her, like, spends a lot of time there because Barbara said she only spends a couple weeks a year there.
Okay,
and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But, like, why?
I don't know.
Why
Maybe it's her way of
this
giving
house?
back? No, I don't know.
Well,
I feel
Barbara
like there was
Corcoran is quirky.
That Barbara Corcoran.
Yeah, that's something that you need to know.
Yeah.
But I feel like
it comes through on the show. It comes through on the show, but in real life, she's just as, if not more, quirky. Ben just shot a video series with her. He was like, she was not what I expected. I'm like, no, I know. She's like kind of quirky.
She came on The Breath once and she was not what I expected. And then
Not
a lot
whatsoever.
of times she'll do other shows, and sometimes what she says like goes viral. She says crazy stuff, like the stuff like when she said her and Whoopi like that she could like fit 2 of herself in Whoopi's pants.
Yeah, she says crazy shit.
Yeah, she got in
She's
so
kind of nuts.
She got in so much trouble for that.
But see, she's not trying to like start drama.
No.
She's just like an oddball, quirky queen.
Right. Totally.
So this maybe is just like one of those things we're going to chalk up to like Barbara Corcoran.
Barbara Corcoran, 100%.
Yeah. And it's just so funny because like if you live in New York, I don't know if I'm sure Corcoran exists outside of New York, but it's like the premier real estate. It is like Sotheby's. It's like so highbrow. And just knowing it was started by quirky Barbara Corcoran is so funny.
Yeah, it is really funny. And that is true. I kind of forgot that Corcoran is her.
Yeah, I mean, I believe she sold it a while ago, but it's her name, like Corcoran. It's all over, like, it's so elite. Like, the biggest houses in the Hamptons and penthouses are all Corcoran. Like, it's so elevated and highbrow. And it's just like this nutty little lady, you know?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It really is. Oh, are you ready for our next story?
No.
No?
Are you?
No.
Well, I am about to be, because the next story is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Do you have a sleeping routine? You know, I don't, but I should. And did you know that having a sleep routine is only one aspect of having a good night's sleep? And Mattress Firm can help with that. The first step is finding the right mattress for your needs. You can take their mattress matcher quiz on your phone and you'll be matched with a high quality mattress at every price point. So they have brands from, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Serta, Purple, Beauty Rest, Sleepy's. And if you're looking for a convenient mattress in a box, Mattress Firm can also help you with that. So their mattress matcher tool helps identify common sleep disruptors like snoring, tossing and turning, pain, and it can pair you with the right mattress to help alleviate those disruptors. Plus, with their 120-night trial, you have 120 sleeps to make sure that it's perfect. And of course, Mattress Firm has more than just mattresses. They have accessories including cooling sheets, pillows that can help regulate temperature on hot summer nights like these. The last thing you want to have to worry about is delivery, and Mattress Firm offers free and fast delivery. The difference between having a great night's sleep and a bad one is everything, and the right mattress matters. Mattress Firm will help you find yours. They helped me and Ben find ours. We went to the store, I believe like 4 years ago. The mattress is still in amazing shape. Our mattress is from Tempur-Pedic. We got it from Mattress Firm. And right now, Mattress Firm is having their Black Friday sale. It's big deals on better sleep, and they are here early. So you can shop in-store or online at mattressfirm.com. They're really both premium experiences. So again, it's Black Friday now at Mattress Firm. Big deals on better sleep are here early. Shop in-store or online at mattressfirm.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by KiwiCo. KiwiCo believes that every kid is naturally creative and curious, and that hands-on experiences build creative confidence and problem-solving skills that can change the world. So KiwiCo delivers seriously fun hands-on projects that inspire a lifelong love of learning. So KiwiCo projects spark creative confidence for ongoing tinkering and experimentation. Sure, you can buy a robot, but wouldn't it be way more fun to build your own? It's designed by experts, so the projects are designed by a team of educators, makers, engineers, and rocket scientists who brainstorm hundreds of ideas to create the most exciting, age-appropriate, and educational projects. They are real engineering, science, and art projects with high-quality materials. If you have a kid or if you watch kids, you know it takes a lot to keep them entertained, and of course you want it to be like, stimulating. And KiwiCo is kind of just that, for kids and for parents.
Yeah, it really is so hard to find things that are intellectually stimulating for the kids that they're actually going to enjoy and get something from. And KiwiCo is an amazing company that makes this so easy.
They have something for kids of all ages, from infants and preschoolers to teens and beyond. And the day the box arrives will sure to be your kid's favorite day of the month. So give them the tools to learn new skills, build new experiences, and make connections to the broader world. Redefine learning with play. Explore hands-on projects that build creative confidence with KiwiCo. And get 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line at kiwico.com/toast. That's 50% off your first month at kiwico.com/toast, kiwico.com/toast.
You know who would love KiwiCo?
You?
Young Sheldon.
Oh my God, by the way, when I started doing the read, I literally thought the same thing.
Okay, our next story, little writer strike news. The Oppenheimer star-studded cast went on strike. They made an early exit from the UK premiere of their movie as acting unions bring the industry to a halt. So an emotional Emily Blunt and Florence Pugh led the charge as the star-studded cast walked out of the film's UK premiere on Thursday, as thousands of actors went on the biggest strike to hit Hollywood in 60 years.
You know, the studios are so dumb because, like, they should just agree. They just need to, like, negotiate and get to a good place with the union, because we're about to, like, enter into this, like, renaissance of movies. Like, we were just talking about earlier in this week how theaters have been struggling and movies have been struggling getting people in theaters. And now it's, like, this Barbie hype and the Oppenheimer hype. And now all these moments are being, you know, sidetracked because of the strike. So it would really just behoove them to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to make it work. It's just the gap is so wide. That's what Fran was saying. Like, I feel like they're both trying to come to the table, but they really can't see each other. I don't know what's going to have to give.
You know, Fran held a press conference, and I think she was asked, like, you know, how could you be gallivanting, you know, in Italy, Dolce & Gabbana, Kim Kardashian, when there's such an important thing going on? And she's like, that is work. Like, we are working. I'm sure Kim Kardashian would rather be at home with her 3 kids at her house. Like, we are working. I was literally, you know, in 3 different time zones, up all night, working with everyone. Like, but I still have to work. And honestly, I just, like, loved the direct nature of her response. Like, she was like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, she was taking no shit. And also, like, I think people need to reserve that kind of outrage for, like, politicians who are not, like, where they need to be and, like, instead off gallivanting. Like,
seriously, leave Fran alone. Like, don't fucking start with Fran.
Like, she can do her job remotely. And it's, like, you know, actors and writers. And it's, like, they'll be okay.
I have the utmost faith in Fran. Like, that's what I was saying the other day. Like, you know, it's Fran versus Bob Iger. Like, but I'm putting my money on Fran.
I just feel like if Fran and Bob got into the room, they could, just the two of them, you know, kind of set all the noise aside.
But they can't, Jackie. There's so much red tape.
I know, but I feel like if it was the two of them, they both seem like logical, level-headed business people. Like, if they could just get to talking.
I kind of ship. Like, I feel like this is the start of, like, a romance novel.
She's the head of the
actors union. Yeah, literally. But she's ahead of... No, they're on equal playing fields now, because she's the head of the actors union.
It is a romance novel. Like, it's enemies to lovers.
And they have to... Right, and they have to, like, be locked in a room. Like, we're not getting out of this room. We're sleeping in the same bed until we figure out. And then they leave the room with, you know, the best deal for everyone and, you know, a ring on her hand.
Yeah, they need to simplify this.
Yeah, what is the name of this romance book / movie called where Fran and Bob, like, it's like something about, like, the art of the deal, you know?
Ooh, or not like the SAG Saga?
No, that's too obvious. Like, one of my books, it would be called, like, The Exchange, you know?
Totally.
I literally just read a book called
like
The Deal. It was
Lockout.
horrible. Yeah.
Or no, like, Strike Through Her Heart.
Right. It's the deal he never expected and she never wanted. Like, something like that. That's good.
Obsessed. We figured it out.
Obsessed. Write the book. Somebody get Colleen on it.
But we also have the solution to the strike.
Yeah. No, I kind of ship. I don't know what both of their marital, like, situations are, but they are perfect for each other.
Yeah, and just get the two of them in the room together and this thing will sort itself out. No one else. Because I feel like other people have, like, interests. You know, people have, like, vested interests in, like,
agendas.
In halting things. And, you know, everyone has their agenda. You got to look out for them. But I feel like Fran and Bob are, you know, they're operating. They have their agenda, obviously. But, like,
for their people.
It's the one that we know. You know, it's not, like, the back channeling that we don't
Ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay. So, solved.
Just
also,
an idea.
Like, I just want to say, like, going to a premiere, getting, like, all dressed and taking all the pictures and, like, them leaving, I just feel like the premiere's
counterintuitive.
Over, like, you didn't really, like, make a statement because you, like, the part that happens next, like, we don't even get to see. And it's like, what you, I imagine they don't want to see their movie again. Like, they kind of, like, game the system. They get to, like, look like they're, like, hi, I'm helping.
It's performative.
But it was, like, better for them that they only had to show up for 20 minutes, but they still got their Getty photo.
Right, they got, like, the PR, which is the whole point of a premiere.
Right. Like, you could have, like, canceled the whole premiere and
it's a good point.
Made a statement.
Yeah.
So I just don't really feel like they did anything, but
no, that's fact.
That's my take.
No, that's major facts. And then they did, like, this whole walkout while the cameras were up, thus making it more
they
press for the film.
The whole thing is more press for the film. Like, we wouldn't be talking about their UK premiere. Like, it was so self-serving.
No, it was kind of perfect. Mission accomplished.
Respect the
Look like a
hustle.
hero. Look like a hero. Promote your movie.
Yeah. Not actually have to sacrifice anything.
Right.
Get
for
home
anyone.
earlier. Not have to see this long-ass movie again.
Go to bed happy.
But you got your pics to post to the gram where you can pretend like you were helping.
Right.
Love that for them.
The cycle of performative activism continues to move.
The cycle is complete.
Yes.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
Yes.
Because Khloé Kardashian is denying that she was shading Blac Chyna with comments about Dream. So in this week's episode of The Kardashians, it's Dream's 6th birthday party. Khloé is talking a little bit about her role as...
Oh my God, that was 6 years ago, the Blac Chyna and Rob thing.
That makes sense. That's when we were like doing the breath.
Yeah, I know. It's just so crazy.
It actually tracks.
Feels like yesterday.
And I was doing a Blaze Pizza ad.
Yeah, literally.
So Khloé talks about like her role in Dream's life and her role like as Rob's sister, and you can tell that she's trying to be so delicate about the matter and
political.
And the only thing that she really says is like, I feel like I'm a third parent sometimes. She never like, you know, what could have felt like more true and harsher would have been like, I feel like Dream's mom. But she didn't say anything like that. Like, she said, I don't have a relationship with Dream's mom because she sued us for hundreds of millions of dollars. But, like, Dream has her mom, and I just feel like a third parent sometimes because I'm so close to Rob. And, like, True and Dream are so close, so I'm just, like, always with Dream. Khloé's role in Dream's life, like, came up a few times on the show, and you could really tell she, like, was struggling with how to word what she was saying while not being disrespectful. So I think then people took that and ran with it, like that she's a co-parent to Dream. Yeah. She's usurping Dream's mom. So she took to Instagram to say, it saddens me to see clickbait headlines that are taken out of context or twisted to be something that they're not. I love all of my nieces and nephews more than I can express. She said that she's particularly close with Dream. My brother and I are extremely close. I'm with Dream all the time because I'm with my brother all the time. I love her beyond measure. She also said that she's really close with True. She said, I wholeheartedly believe that it takes a village to raise a child. Life is full of ups and downs, and I am proud that we have a family that can lean on one another. That's what family does. She said, Rob is doing the best he can as a parent and in life. Angela is doing the best she can as a parent and in life. And I am doing the best I can as a parent and in life. We are all trying to do our best in life. Our children are healthy and happy. So she's really like slamming these exaggerations. Which is, I'm sure, so frustrating for her because she really wasn't trying to say anything.
No, and I think we learned that Rob has, I think, primary custody of Dream. So Khloé being with Dream all the time actually makes a lot of sense because she's so close with Rob.
Right,
and
and
Rob
I know,
is
like,
always with his daughter.
Instagram is not reality, but Dream is always with the kids. The kids. Which,
nice.
you know what, and she should be because, like, there's literally 3 other girls that are her age. Like, Dream, Chicago, True and Stormy are, like, all the same age. And they like the same things.
No, you should grow up with your cousins. There's literally nothing wrong with this. Yeah,
I'm just really curious, like, if anything has changed between Chyna and the girls since Chyna found God.
I know. I feel like they would have that in common. And what I was about to say is, like, I feel so kind of conflicted with the Chyna thing because like she was really horrible to the Kardashians, and I feel like the Kardashians like did all that they could for her, and she ended up suing them for hundreds of millions of dollars. But I'm also in this, you know, I'm following her journey where like, you know, she's getting her filler removed and she's kind of like living this more modest lifestyle, and I'm really like rooting for her. I think it's like a genuine change, so I don't know how to grapple both those ideas.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, maybe it just takes time. Like, maybe I think they are very forgiving, and a lot has like happened in their family. They kind of have to have like a short memory. But I imagine that, like, sure, Chyna says she's changed and is changing, but like you kind of need to stick with it longer before we're gonna like believe you. But who knows if Chyna even forgives them because she feels like she was wronged by them.
Right.
But it would be better for everyone if everyone could get on the same page.
So in the context of the episode from this week, where did she say that? Did she throw Dream a birthday party?
She threw Dream her birthday party, yeah. So there was like a conversation. One, she's on the phone with Rob planning the party, like writing down everything Dream wants. Then at the party, like her and Scott are
Was Rob on camera?
Rob, no, just his voice. But she said she thinks Rob will come back to the show eventually, that he talks about it. And he seemed extremely well on the phone.
Good.
Like they were just like having like a normal brother-sister combo. You would never know that like he was struggling for so long. Like it was just totally a fine conversation about like the kids' party.
Okay, good.
And
I
Khloé said,
saw
like,
a bunch of clips.
Khloé said he's the best dad.
Oh.
Which is really sweet. Yeah, there were a lot of clips. The episode I actually didn't really love it. Because it was all about this like Christmas album, which was I think other people enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't. It was like really bothering me. Like they were
the clips that I saw were so funny.
No, they were recording this album. It's like no one wanted to record it, and it's like nobody has a gun to your guys' head. Like you don't have to do things you don't want to do.
This family and Christmas, like between the Christmas card, like there's so much. I guess that's kind of relatable. Like holidays really bring out the worst in people. Like when you're with your family for so long, but like they need to stop doing things together on Christmas because it's always a fight.
No, and like they're all freaking out about having to sing. Like nobody wants to sing. First of all, apparently Kendall has a good voice. She won't participate.
I saw that clip. Are you kidding me? That's so lame.
So
I was like,
lame.
girl, you have a good voice. Let's hear it.
Kylie wouldn't do it either because that's not how she sees her singing career going. She was in one scene and she stole the show.
With her singing?
No, with her commentary. She was like so funny.
Kendall and Kylie are giving us nothing.
Khloé literally was having a panic attack about singing, but she wouldn't. She wanted to do it because she had FOMO if they did it without her. But she's literally having a miserable time. Kim doesn't. You know how shy she gets. She doesn't want to sing, and she runs away and is calls Babyface and is like, "Let's do our own song, and then I can just present it to the family, and it'll be totally auto tuned." It's like, wait, so literally not one of you wants to do this. Why are we doing this?
And why are they doing it? Whose idea is it?
It's Kourtney's idea. She thinks it's a fun way for the family to spend time together. They love Christmas. Chris's song last year charted, and they're going to donate all the money to charity. But why do I need to listen to a Christmas song from a bunch of people who don't want to be singing, who have really bad voices?
Okay, I agree with that, but I do agree with Kourtney that it's a fun thing to do. It's for charity. They love Christmas. I don't know why everyone wouldn't want to be on board. They're
just the way that they're freaking out about having to sing. It's is that normal?
No, nobody's putting a gun to your head.
No, and it's I have the worst voice, but put me in the studio, bitch.
Put me in, coach.
They were so shy and literally freaking out. I can't explain it. And I was just so why are we doing this?
Right. I don't know.
It was so honestly unnecessary.
Frustrating.
And bizarre. And then we had Dream's birthday, and then also Kim pranked the family, saying she was going to be the Bachelorette.
Oh, I saw that clip going viral and everyone was like, is this real? How dumb are you? How long do you have to be, on the internet to, have awareness as to what's real and what's not? Never for one mere moment did I think Kim Kardashian was going to be the Bachelorette when I saw that clip. They're tune in to find out.
No, and she was, pranking Chris, and so Chris, immediately calls Robert Mills and is like,
right.
I heard you're talking to Kim about being the Bachelorette. This is just, not how I see her career going. And it's Kim's career is gone. It is wherever
right.
It's where
she
it
can
needs
do whatever
to be.
she wants.
She has a $4 billion valuation for her company. She's the most famous woman in the world. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. You don't have to worry about her direction of her career.
So
her
true.
career.
No,
it's like saying I don't know. Bob Iger doesn't know if his career is where he wants it to be going.
The thing with the pranks and the Kardashians is there are a few that are beyond iconic. Of course, Todd Crane's Art Vandelay. But for every Art Vandelay, there's one of these. There's actually 10 bad pranks.
It's so true. Also,
for every one good one.
The beginning of the episode, Chris and Scott were talking about Mason's bar mitzvah. And
I saw that clip too. Wow, I've literally seen the whole episode from TikTok.
You have. That I'm really excited for. It was so cute so far. He's studying.
I know. With his tutor, he loves the tutor.
I'm obsessed.
I was obsessed with that too. I also think it was clearly an intentional conversation, wanting, and I respect it. There was a lot of conversation at that time in the culture about Kanye and his stance on Jews, and I think this was a nice reminder. A lot of the Kardashian kids are actually Jewish.
Right. It was a really good time for there to be a bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah. No,
Not
I
saying
can't
that's
wait for
why
that.
they did it, but can't we acknowledge?
Also, I saw a lot of clips. I guess there was a lot of Scott and Khloé, time, this episode. And really, the more I watch, like, the more certain I am that these two, like, that's how their story ends. Like, them.
It ends with them.
There's really no reason that it doesn't end with them.
The whole show.
Like, I get it. I get it. It's weird.
No, the E show plus this show, like, is just a whole long storyline of, like,
love story.
A love story between Scott and Khloé.
Yeah, okay, so Mason's dad would also be his uncle. Like, it's fine.
Crazier things have happened, especially in that family.
I know. I don't even think it's, like, that disgusting.
I don't think so either. Like, Kourtney hates him.
Hate with every fiber of her being.
She didn't post for him on Father's Day. I thought that was so weird.
Did she post for Travis?
I believe so. I remember watching her stories and being like, is she going to, like, say something about Scott? Because he is the father of her children. And I didn't see anything. If she posted something later, correct me, but I did not see anything.
Damn.
I feel like there's such bad blood. They're never
sure.
They're never in one scene together.
So maybe, like, a good way to warm up to him would be, to see her sister so happy.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
Oh, and then there was, like, a lit dinner between Scott, Khloé, and Kim. Kim was third wheeling.
I saw that one.
Where they were just, like, talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Talking about...
Well, I really do not need to watch this episode.
No,
I've seen everything.
And they were talking about, like, all the crazy things people, like, say about them. But it was, like, things I've never heard. Like, that Kim had a tear in one of her confessionals. They said it was a CGI tear.
Oh, I saw that. It did look CGI.
I guess, but, like, that's... Okay, that's not what people are talking about. Like, we're talking about Balenciaga.
No. Right, and you're not.
I don't know if Balenciaga has happened yet in the show.
I don't think it has, because she's wearing it in every scene.
She literally walks into the piano lesson with the song teacher and puts her Balenciaga bag right on the piano.
Yeah, no, it's definitely before.
Yeah.
And we'll see if they discuss.
I'm not getting the vibe that they're going to.
Me neither, because I think there's only 10 episodes in a season, and, like, we're halfway through.
Oh, yeah, and I feel like they would tease it more. They would tease it if they were talking about it because they know that we want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Darn.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be watching the new episode of The Kardashians because I've pretty much seen it. So there's that.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah. That's our show. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. We are back on Monday, so don't miss your girlies too much, but make sure to rate, review, subscribe, so this episode can go #1 and beat Smartless. Fuck those guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast of the Millennium Morning Show, where we deliver the past 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give the thumbs up. Also available as podcasts where podcasts can be found on Spotify, Stitcher, Public Radio, I guess, personal business with this podcast, but it's so toasty for serving, but I'm for setting up a really talented we are. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Love you dearly.
Love ya. Bye.